Hey y'all, welcome to week 4, day 15. It's our second to last day. And today you have your two options, right? Option 1, if you went with your placement retest, right? Your placement essay makeup, then make sure that you are finishing that that process, that you are seeing it through. Um, and that you follow the instructions in our course documents, which are to write and submit your final copy of the writing placement test. So that's steps 2 and 3, where you are writing your paper, your argumentative essay about smoking and vaping, and then you are also doing the self-recommendation on what class you think you should be placed in, and then you are sending those two parts to writing_placement at bloomfield.edu. It's the first link in our course documents besides this video. That is if you chose option 1 and that's what you went with yesterday. If you chose option 2 to do some creative writing with me, today we're going to be writing a very short story. So it's actually what we call flash fiction in the creative writing world, where you are writing 1 to 3 pages worth of a story, worth of a plot, something dramatic. That doesn't have to be dramatic. It could be science fiction-y. It could be comedy. It could be whatever you want it to be, whatever theme, whatever mood you want it to be. We're going to discuss the elements of a short story together in class. When we meet on Zoom, we're going to go over a short presentation, and I will unpack some of what that language around fiction or creative nonfiction writing means. Short stories are traditionally 3 to 5 pages. I'm not going to ask that of you guys today. I just want 1 to 3. It's double spaced. It's in whatever way you feel like writing it. Make sure that if you are speaking through your characters, you use dialogue tags and quotation marks, right? So the same way when you quote in a story, in an essay, when you quote, you put the quotation marks around what another person has said. Same thing. We're going to discuss that today in our Zoom, how when you are having characters speak, Steve said, comma, quotation mark, yo, give me my dollar back, period, close the quotation mark, right? That's how we know that Steve is talking, because we put the quotation marks there. And then we add more onto that. We add, Steve said, give me my dollar back, while shouting and shaking his fist, right? That can be at the end to show us how people are saying something, right? The detail in your writing really brings it up to the next level, beyond just, ooh, something interesting happened, to, ooh, you wrote this in an interesting way, right? The main 2 elements I want you guys to focus on in your short story is your character, your main character, your protagonist, and how they play off of your antagonist. Your antagonist doesn't have to be a person. The thing that they're facing, it could be the elements, it could be nature, it could be COVID, it could be a deadline, it could be any number of things, but it also can be a human element that they're facing, right? Like their mom, right? Or their mortal sworn enemy across the galaxy. And then your plot. What is the trouble? What is the conflict moving your story forward, right? I still want you to try to pin down a specific time, setting, tone to your story. But the 2 main things you should always focus on when writing a story are character and plot. How do those both move the story forward, right? So yeah, outside of that, I'm going to let you guys write about kind of whatever you want. The theme that I chose for you guys to focus on is survival. So it could be, surviving COVID, surviving this day, surviving making it to a deadline. But if you don't want to write about survival, you can write about whatever you would like to write about in your short story, right? I'm not going to make that a requirement for this one, like the I am. You're free to write about pretty much whatever, but I kind of felt like it would be interesting if you wanted to pin it down to something. Write about survival. You can write in first person where you are the main character, the I. You can write in third person where you speak Steve, Stacy, right? Destiny, John, right? You can talk about the characters' names in the third person, or you can bring it to first person with the I, me, I wake up. But yeah, make sure you flesh out everything in your story. Even though it's really short, it can still be really compelling. And have fun. Be creative. All right, y'all? This is due tomorrow by 8 a.m. Same process as yesterday's poem. Please email it to me at my email address. And the one, remember, for the placement test, you are not submitting that in the assignments tab. You are emailing that to writing_placement@bloomfield.edu. And if y'all have any questions, you can reach out and email me, and you can ask me later on in the Zoom. Okay? Good luck on this. I know y'all are going to kill it. Go and kill it.